Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling exhausted, even after a full night of sleep? Maybe your feet feel heavier than they used to, your lower back aches for no clear reason, or your body just doesn't feel as strong as it did a few years ago. Most people brush these signs off as normal aging. But what if they're not? What if your kidneys have already started losing function silently, and your body has been trying to warn you this entire time? The frightening truth is that kidney damage rarely arrives with pain in the beginning. It builds quietly, day after day, while millions of Americans continue following the same morning habits that slowly push their kidneys closer to failure without ever realizing it. And by the time most people finally notice the symptoms, the damage is often already severe. That's what worries me the most, especially for adults over 60, because the kidneys are one of the few organs that can suffer for years in silence before the body finally reaches its limit. I'm Dr. Ethan Caldwell, and after caring for older patients for decades, I've seen one heartbreaking pattern repeat itself again and again. Good people who believed they were doing everything right suddenly find themselves dealing with chronic fatigue, swelling, dangerous toxin buildup, or even dialysis, all because of small daily habits that seemed harmless at the time. But here's the good news. In many cases, the body begins fighting back the moment you give it the right support. And one of the most powerful opportunities to help your kidneys does not begin in a hospital. It begins in the first few minutes after you wake up each morning. Because the way you start your day can either help your kidneys recover and protect themselves, or quietly place even more strain on organs that are already exhausted from working through the night. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 simple morning habits that may help support kidney function after 60, improve circulation, reduce hidden stress on the body, and help you feel lighter, clearer, and more energized throughout the day. But stay with me until the end, because the final mistake I'm going to talk about is the one I see damaging aging kidneys more than almost anything else, and most people believe it's actually healthy. One of the biggest mistakes I see adults over 60 make every single morning is assuming that feeling tired, swollen, or mentally foggy after waking up is just a normal part of aging. But in many cases, it's not aging at all. It's dehydration silently stressing the kidneys before the day has even begun. While you're asleep, your body continues filtering toxins, balancing minerals, and pushing waste through the kidneys for 6 to 8 straight hours without water. By morning, the blood becomes slightly more concentrated, which means the kidneys are forced to work even harder in a dehydrated state. And over time, that silent strain can slowly wear them down. That's why the very first thing you drink in the morning matters far more than most people realize. I often recommend starting the day with a simple glass of lukewarm lemon water, because it gently helps rehydrate the body while supporting natural kidney function. Lemon contains citrate, a natural compound that may help reduce the formation of certain kidney stones and support healthier urine flow. According to findings published by the National Kidney Foundation, proper hydration plays a major role in helping the kidneys flush waste more effectively and reduce unnecessary stress on the filtration system. I remember one patient of mine, Robert, a 68-year-old retired mechanic, who told me he woke up every morning feeling heavy, exhausted, and swollen around the ankles. He thought his body was simply slowing down. But after replacing his first cup of coffee with warm lemon water for just a few weeks, he looked at me and said, "Dr. Caldwell, it feels like my body finally wakes up again in the morning." And honestly, that's the part many people miss. Sometimes the body is not failing as quickly as we think. Sometimes it's simply begging for support in the right order. But hydration alone is not enough, because there's another hidden problem happening inside the body every morning that may be starving aging kidneys of the oxygen they desperately need. What most people never realize is that hydration is only the first step. Because even if your body has enough water, your kidneys still cannot function properly if blood circulation slows down. And this becomes incredibly common after the age of 60. That heavy feeling in the morning, the stiff lower back, the sensation that your body takes hours to come alive. Those are not always random signs of aging. Sometimes they're signals that oxygen-rich blood is no longer flowing efficiently through the body, especially around the organs that depend on circulation the most. And the kidneys are at the top of that list. These organs rely on a constant, healthy blood supply to filter toxins, balance fluids, and keep your body stable. But after hours of lying still during sleep, circulation naturally slows. That's why one of the most powerful things you can do in the first few minutes after waking up is not intense exercise, but gentle movement. Simple stretching movements like a slow forward bend, shoulder rolls, or even a light cat-cow stretch can help wake up circulation and increase blood flow throughout the body without placing stress on aging joints. I remember a woman named Eleanor, age 72, who told me every morning felt like dragging herself out of quicksand. Her back felt tight, her legs felt heavy, and even after breakfast she still felt exhausted. I asked her to spend just 2 minutes every morning gently stretching before sitting down with her coffee. 3 weeks later, she smiled and said something that stayed with me. "Dr. Caldwell, my body doesn't feel stuck anymore." And that's the key. Movement is not always about fitness. Sometimes it's about restoring life back into a body that has slowly become stagnant. Research from Harvard Medical School has also shown that light, daily stretching may help improve circulation and reduce inflammation markers in older adults, both of which are deeply connected to kidney health and energy levels. And if you've been waking up feeling unusually stiff or drained lately, I want you to ask yourself honestly, could your body already be trying to warn you? But wait, because the next morning habit may be placing even more stress on aging kidneys than dehydration and poor circulation combined. And millions of people do it every single day believing it's healthy. And this is the part that concerns me the most, because it's one of the most common morning habits I see in adults over 60, and almost nobody realizes the pressure it quietly places on the kidneys. Many people wake up and immediately eat a heavy, high-protein breakfast, thinking they're doing something healthy for their body. Eggs, bacon, sausage, protein shakes, processed breakfast meats. It sounds harmless. But what most people don't understand is that the kidneys are still recovering from an entire night of non-stop filtration when that sudden overload hits the body. During sleep, your kidneys continue working hour after hour to remove toxins, balance fluids, and process metabolic waste. That repair process does not magically stop the moment your eyes open. And when you immediately flood the body with large amounts of protein, the kidneys are forced to work even harder to process nitrogen waste and excess metabolic byproducts. Over time, this repeated strain may contribute to what doctors call hyperfiltration, a condition where the kidneys become overworked trying to keep up with constant pressure. That's why I often recommend creating what I call a golden recovery window during the first 60 to 90 minutes after waking up. Instead of starting the morning with heavy protein, begin with something lighter and easier on the body: warm oats, fresh fruit, or a small bowl of porridge. These foods provide hydration, fiber, and gentle energy without immediately overloading organs that are still trying to stabilize after the night. Later in the morning, once the body is fully awake, protein can absolutely be added in a more balanced way. I remember a patient named Walter, a 70-year-old former truck driver, who told me he always believed a massive breakfast was the healthy American way to start the day. But he constantly felt bloated, sluggish, and drained by late morning. After adjusting the timing of his meals and delaying heavy protein for just 1 hour after waking, he told me his energy felt steadier than it had in years. And honestly, that story reflects something deeper. Sometimes the body does not need more force in the morning. Sometimes it needs patience. According to research from the National Kidney Foundation, excessive protein intake can increase kidney workload over time, especially in aging adults with already reduced kidney function. And that's why small habits repeated every single morning matter far more than people think. Because kidneys rarely fail overnight, they fail quietly, one routine at a time. As we come to the end of this video, I want you to remember something very important. Your kidneys do not suddenly fail overnight. In most cases, the damage happens slowly, quietly, through small habits repeated day after day for years. And that's exactly why the choices you make tomorrow morning matter so much more than people realize. Sometimes the difference between feeling exhausted all the time and feeling stronger, lighter, and more in control of your health begins with something as simple as how you start your day. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today, it's this: your body is not your enemy. Even after 60, your kidneys are still fighting for you every single day, filtering toxins, balancing your body, and working silently to keep you alive and healthy. And in many cases, they simply need more support, not more neglect. A glass of water at the right time, a few minutes of gentle movement, and giving your body patience before a heavy breakfast may seem small, but small daily habits are often what shape your future health the most. So please, take care of yourself. Listen to the signals your body has been trying to send you. And if you know someone, a parent, a spouse, a friend, who constantly complains about fatigue, swelling, or feeling weak in the morning, share this video with them. It may help them sooner than you think. And one more thing, I strongly encourage you to save this video and come back to it over the next few weeks as you begin building these habits into your mornings. Real change doesn't happen in one day, but consistency can completely change the direction of your health over time. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I'll continue sharing simple, science-based health advice to help you protect your kidneys, improve your energy, and take better care of your body as you age. My goal is not to scare you, it's to help you stay healthy, independent, and strong for as many years as possible. This is Dr. Ethan Caldwell reminding you it is never too early to protect your kidneys, but it can become too late if you ignore the warning signs for too long. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.